guys, how are you doing out there? This is my guest, Jamie. She is a VIP bartender in Kansas City, and she works at a casino. She's very good at what she does. She's one of my favorite bartenders, and I've always enjoyed going to see her. She has a lot of personality. She's just a great bartender in general. How are you doing today?
I'm great,
All
sister.
right.
Thank you for
All
the
right.
mad ups.
Well, it's the truth. Okay, so I have lots of questions for you, and at the end here, she's going to make a nice summer drink for us. What's that going to be called?
That is summertime white sangria.
Okay.
And it's something everybody can enjoy. It's not heavy, it's fruity, it's light, and it can be as sweet or as not sweet as you want it to be.
There you go, guys. So I'm looking forward to tasting it at the end. All right, I have some questions for you. How many years have you been in the service industry, Jamie?
Let me see.
Don't give away your age now.
Well, I will. I started when I was 21 years old, and so that is, I don't math well. 59 minus 21.
Wow, you don't.
However many that is.
Wow, like me, I've been in the business that
I grew
long
up
too.
in the restaurant and bar business.
Right. Did you do anything else before that, or primarily that's all you've done your whole life?
That's pretty much all I've done. I did a stint in college. They were very polite when they asked me not to return until I got my grade point average back up at junior college. I was a surfer out in Hawaii for a little while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I came home and opened a major hotel back in 1984, and that's where I started and stayed for 15 years.
All right. Did you love it?
I loved it. It was a lot of fun. Overland Park was very small back then, and so I pretty much had a captive audience.
Oh, good. So
Yeah.
you've had a captive audience for a long time, huh? All right. I have another question for you. Are there any differences in working in casinos versus like a regular bar type environment?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Can you give us an example of some?
Well, in a regular bar environment that's maybe an individually owned operation, you have a little bit more freedom on who is welcome and who is not, and making that known to the customer that perhaps they might find another venue.
So you can give them the boot, you mean?
Basically 86.
Right.
So, we tend to be more open in a casino because it is a public environment, and we definitely have all walks of life come to visit us.
I can imagine.
There are some we'd like to walk right back out, but we don't really have a choice. So
I gotcha. Okay. Do you think the coronavirus has affected your business at all?
I can absolutely say that yes, it has. It's affected everything. It's it has a cumulative effect on everyone, and the old adage that ish rolls downhill is
Right.
it starts at the top and everything just tumbles gradually after that. So
Did you miss any work because of it?
I missed 2.5 months.
Wow. So you're back at work now?
So I'm back at work. I was called back on May the 27th, and we reopened on June the 1st, and it has been a challenge.
Is business coming back?
Business is coming back. It's slow but sure.
Right.
People were there the first week we reopened because they had been cooped up for so long. So everybody was anxious to get out. They came in, looked like a herd of cattle coming in. And it's tapered off a little bit. Everybody got their fix. And now we're just waiting to see what the next couple of weeks unfold.
Okay. What is the best part of your job, Jamie?
I'd have to say the best part of my job is just the people that come in. I mean, some of them give me the laughs that I need for the day. Some of them give me the advice that even I need occasionally. More often than not, everybody just gives me love, and
Aww.
it's just great.
That's sweet.
It's just been a really great experience. Very
Good.
different from the hotel experience. I can see both sides.
Can you honestly say you love your job or what you do?
I love my job. I love what I do. I can't even imagine that people have jobs where they have to sit down for several hours a day.
Right.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. What
I
that
could
must
never
be
go
like.
back to it.
I don't think I can go back to it unless I lose a limb. You know.
And that could happen.
And that could happen.
You never know.
You never know around here.
Crazy things happen in this business.
Because I work on a river boat and I'm down by the water. You never know what somebody's going to let out of their house.
Very true. Okay, can you give us an interesting story that's happened when you were on duty over all the years that you've been in the business? Anything crazy that's happened with the customer?
Well, funny that you would say duty, because we've actually had people that don't want to get up from their slot machines and they do poopies.
Poopies? What do you mean by poopies?
They poop themselves.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. They do poopies.
Wow.
They do poopies.
That's very
They don't
interesting.
make it to the bathroom, so they just do poopies.
And who gets to clean that up?
The hazmat team in...
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You have a hazmat team
We
that
have...
specifically for that.
We have specifically trained employees and equipment for biohazards. If you will. Biohazard.
It's called a bio.
Yeah, biohazard. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying not to laugh, but that's pretty crazy.
And then I have had the experience of a lady not wanting to leave her machine, so she just hiked her skirt and popped a squat over one of our trash cans.
What? Like, oh, okay, a number one or a number two?
Number one.
A number one. She did a number
She
one.
did a wee-wee.
Did they kick her out or?
Oh my, yes.
Oh.
Oh my, yes. We asked her to leave. and-
So she did it all on camera, I guess.
oh,
yeah.
well, everything you do in a casino is on camera.
Right. Wow.
Everything.
So did she come back after that, or was she permanently banned?
You know, I don't really know how they deal with something like that.
Wow.
I mean, I would assume that if you have no bladder control or bowel control, that maybe you want to rethink your daily life choices.
Exactly.
But I don't know.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Oh yeah, that's just a drop in the bucket.
I've seen people do it before, but not on camera like that. So that's
Yeah.
awfully bold.
Well, and the truth is, they're not usually drunk when they do it.
Oh wow, they just want the money. They want the machine.
They don't want to leave
right?
that machine,
Right.
girl.
Oh my
Girl,
goodness.
they fed that machine.
Wow.
They're not getting up to save their life. No.
Well, this is one of the biggest parts of the industry I'm going to talk about next,
Okay.
or I'm going to ask her about next. A lot of people are bartenders because they're interested in the money. What is the biggest tip you've ever made in one setting? Think about all the years that you've worked in the casinos, worked in the hotel industry. Can you remember the biggest tip that you've ever gotten?
Yeah, I do. I've been thinking about this, and so I can think about several really big tips I've gotten. But I think the biggest one that I ever had was back in the early 90s. I had a customer that I guess had overheard my conversation with my other bartender, and I was lamenting that I had to come up with tuition for my last semester of junior college. And before he left, he called me over and handed me a wad of money and paid my last semester of tuition for me.
That'll work.
Yeah.
I can dig it. Wow, that's
I know.
very nice.
It was a little bit of coin back then, but I had only seen him a couple of times. He was a guest at the hotel. I don't think I ever saw him again after that.
Wow.
He was an elderly man, and he was very nice, and he liked me because I spoke to him in Italian, because he was Italian. And,
Wow.
yeah, it was really surprising, but yeah.
Maybe next time she'll tell us what she really did for that tip, guys. Just kidding.
Girl, please.
I know you wouldn't
That would
do
have been a whole year's tuition.
I was going to say, I know you would never do anything like that for money, Jamie.
No, that would have been a whole year's tuition, or maybe my bachelor's or master's or something. Yeah.
Right. Have you met any celebrities?
Oh gosh.
Is that a whole nother story?
That's a whole other show.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Well,
can you name a couple that maybe stick out in your mind the most?
the most I would have to say, one of my favorites was Anson Williams.
Wow.
He used to come in when he owned Big Al's Hamburgers. Which was
Sounds
a food
familiar.
chain. It was from Happy Days.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Al.
Okay.
And he and Al, whatever his name was, owned the burger chains. And so he would come in and stay at the hotel, and we got to be friends over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And the actor Paul Williams. He was in
Ooh.
Smokey and the Bandit,
Mm-hmm.
the little guy that
Mm-hmm.
he stayed at the DoubleTree when I was working out there, and he was absolutely hilarious.
Oh, I love the
And-
DoubleTree.
Yeah, and I have met so many people over the years.
Right.
Haven't met Travis Kelce yet though.
Oh, wow. He'll be the next one on the list you'll run into.
Girl, my heart can't even take it. I don't know if I saw him in person. I think I just
Is
might
that
fall
your
over
boo?
and die. That is my boo thing.
He is.
He didn't know it yet, but Travis, if you see this, I know that if we met, you'd love me. Despite the fact I'm older than your mom, I think we have a future together.
Oh, right on.
I'm just saying.
That's funny. Lots of people have a crush on him, but you are the baby mama. Future,
I am.
right?
I'm the future baby mama. I am 59 years old. Don't let that stop you from trying, Travis.
Whatever it takes.
All my eggs might be hard boiled, but I'll go buy some new ones. Seriously.
Love it. Okay, I have another question for you. Can you give us some tips on, I know you're just so popular, and I'm not just saying this because you're on camera. You're extremely popular. Every time I've been down to see you at the casino, people come up and talk to you from all different angles. They follow you.
That's so
I can tell that you're definitely a heavy hitter in the business. So can you give anybody who's a rookie out there maybe some tips or some advice on how they can maybe grow a crowd or get a lot of regulars and want to come back and see you? What are some things that they can do?
Oh, gosh, that's kind of difficult. I think that you're kind of born into this industry in a way. If this is the job that you love and this is the job that you want to do, then I think it'll come naturally to you. If you're just using this as a
It's all right.
stepping stone to something different, you're not going to be as successful because it shows in your attitude and your work that you just don't really care. But I think if you genuinely care and you love people, and that's where your interests in life are, knowing people and meeting them and reaching an intimate level with them, it's just going to happen. It's just going to be a natural occurrence. People are going to be drawn to you, and people are drawn to people who laugh and smile, and that is the biggest thing. That is your welcome sign. You can have a sign on the door that says open, but if you're not smiling, it doesn't matter.
True.
You have to be engaged, and the easiest way to do that is just to smile and let your joy radiate, I guess.
I have heard of lots of people who've said you can fake it until you make it in the business. How do you feel about that?
I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can fake it. You just can't fake it. Yeah, I think you have to really be centered as a person and know that the job that you're doing is something that you enjoy. And I mean, you could go for a little while, but people are gonna figure it out that you're a phony.
So all natural's the best way to go. You have to be all natural. It has to be kind of born inside of you.
I think so. I mean, you can cultivate it, certainly, but
Okay, well, what is the best part of your job?
well, on any given day, it's kind of different. I mean, I could say some days that it's the money. If I had a particularly great day, if someday I met somebody that said something that really resonated with me or changed my life, that might make it the best day ever. If I had, I hit the trifecta, that somebody gave me a lot of money, and then somebody else came in and said something that just really rocked my world, and then Travis Kelce came in to take me out to dinner. I mean, we're talking the hat trick right there. I mean,
Right. Hashtag Travis Kelce.
Holla at your girl.
Exactly. Please holler at her. If you're out there watching this, Travis, this is your girl right here. Okay? Okay, have I missed anything? Is there anything else you want to talk about in the industry, or anything that you've done spectacular over the years in the business?
Well,
Any special skills you might have?
I think the special skill that you really need is you have to be able to multitask, because in something like a casino industry, or a busy bar for that matter, you can't wait on just one person at a time. You have to have 4, 5, 6 people's drinks in your head, and you got to be making change for this guy, and this girl wants you to put in an order for a sandwich, and you have to be able to keep all of that separate and still balance your till at the end of the night. And so working smart, not hard, is the key here. And you just have to kind of look at your environment and set it up for you to be the most successful. Every bartender sets their speed rail up differently. Everybody puts their cups in a different position. You have to find what works for you and get it, because it's not going to come to you.
That's
gotta go
right.
Get it.
Get it. You got to get after it if you want to make those tips,
you want to
guys.
make that Skrilla.
That's right. Okay, we have one final question here with Jamie. I wanted to know, in your opinion, how do you think the casino industry is actually changing now?
Well, what I have come to experience, I think, is that the people that used to really enjoy gambling as entertainment and having trips planned and everything, those people honestly are dying off. People that had long-term jobs where they worked 30, 40, 50 years with pensions and then Social Security and have money to spend, and people that practiced saving and paying themselves first, those people are all dying off, and they're not being replaced because millennials and people of my generation do not have those kind of jobs anymore, where you go to work for a company for 40 years and have a pension. Those don't exist anymore. And the amount of student loan debt that people have coming out of college now that they're paying on for 10, 15 years, they don't have the luxury of gambling in a casino because they don't have the disposable income any longer. I've noticed that Vegas has shifted its focus to entertainment venues, and that's probably because they're experiencing the same downturn that all of us are. And it's kind of old school entertainment.
Wow.
Today, young people want experiences for their money. They want to go skiing. They want to travel. They want to have lifelong memories, and you don't get that from pulling the handle of a slot machine. So, I just think that as we move forward in the industry, I'm afraid that it's kind of dying. And I will be sad to see it go, because that means along with that, I'll probably be going as well. But I hope that some of it sticks around, because it is fun, but they really have to make a lot of improvements. And, I think the main one is they have to make non-smoking venues. I mean, customers and people alike, my coworkers, the majority don't smoke anymore. And that's not the way it used to be. And it's got to have some serious changes and a lot of facelift for them to attract a crowd that's considerably younger.
So how many years would you give it, give or take, in your eyes?
Well, I think if they don't make some radical changes like that, like eliminating smoking or eliminating, just the negatives that they have about it, I would give it 5 years or less.
Wow.
I mean, that's just my opinion. This is just one girl's opinion who gets up and slogs through it all every single day. It's an entertainment venue for adults, and it has to branch out, and it has to be more conscious of other people's desires and
Right.
needs. You have to get more bang for your buck in the future. And if things don't change rapidly, I just don't think that the casino industry is going to stay as viable as it has been in the past.
Wow. Well, thanks for talking to us today. Let us hear your opinions about everything in the business. That's awesome, Jamie.
Well, I'm
So
glad to
wonderful.
be here, and I hope to see you guys again. Thanks for tuning in.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm making today are a couple different kinds of sangria, and this is a white summer sangria. It's kind of refreshing. I'm making kind of a sweet one, and then I'm making kind of a spicy one. So I start with a bottle of Prosecco. You can really use just about any sparkling wine that you want. Go ahead and dump it into your pitcher that you're going to use. And I always like to add a little bit of fruit to let it settle for a little bit and kind of get the flavors together. So the first one we're going to use is the Prosecco with something called Topo Chico. This is sparkling mineral water, and this, my friends, is the best mineral water out there. Don't go by Equate brand or anything. If you're going to make a good cocktail and you want club soda, this is what to go for. So, listen to that. The bubbles. You can hear the bubbles. Ooh. So I go ahead, and this is just a way to kind of lighten it up. Put club soda in it. So you can actually drink this a little bit longer throughout the day. You don't have to worry about getting absolutely hammered when you're sitting outside in the heat. So the first one I'm going to make is the sweet one. So what I have here are some chopped canned mangoes. So I just take some of the mangoes with the juice and drop those in there. And then take some of the raspberries and drop those in there. And just kind of let them sit around for a little bit. And then you want to throw some basil and some mint in there. Just tear it up a little bit so you release a little bit of the oils by squeezing it. Drop some of that in there. And then add ice to your cups. Throw a couple berries in there. Maybe a lime slice. And as soon as that's sat around for a little bit and the flavors have molded together, just go ahead and pour it on top of your ice. Let all the berries, let all the mint, the fruit come into your cup, and you have a nice sparkling drink that's really refreshing. And the second we're going to do is a spicy one. And I like to do this with either ginger ale or ginger beer. You can do either one. Ginger beer is nothing more than root beer, but it's made with ginger. So that's what we're going to do for this one. We're going to use ginger beer on top of our Prosecco. And like I said, this is the spicy one. I'm still going to put fruit in it, but this time I'm using Thai basil, which is a little bit sweeter and just a little spicier. So the difference between the basils, you can see the Thai basil has a pointed leaf and it's a little bit spicier than just your regular Italian basil. So go ahead and take a few leaves of those. And I kind of tear them up. When you do that, you release the oils and the sweetness of the Thai basil comes out. So you can go ahead and add something like peaches to this one. Either mangoes or peaches will work just fine. Take some of a little bit of the juice that comes from the can, put that in, and then drop some limes and lemons if that's what you like. It doesn't have to be either of those. And I also have another favorite that I like to use sometimes are the little pineapple tidbits that come in the tiny little packages. You can go ahead and pop one of those bad boys open and dump that in there if that's what you like. And again, just ice up your cups. Throw a basil leaf in the bottom of it. Throw a mint leaf in the bottom of it if that's what you like. And go ahead and just let it fly. Fill up your cup with the leaves. Throw in some additional slices of anything you like. And you're good to go. And those are your 2 summer refreshers. So we're at the end of our interview, and I just wanted to give you the family toast for those of us from the motherland of Ireland, Erin go Bra and Sláinte.
All right. Here, here. This is absolutely delicious.
I'm glad you like it.
Absolutely
I'm glad you
delicious.
like it.
Guys, this is the perfect cocktail to drink outside on the patio. Have a barbecue, invite all your friends over, and they will love it.
Bye, everybody.